Hello friends, welcome to this new series where we are going to do data analysis with Qlikview. Quite interesting because as a BI developer we have been using Qlikview mostly for data visualization and simple pre-processing, but today we are going to see how to do data analysis and specifically called exploratory data analysis with Qlikview. Most of you must have heard that we do data analysis with tools such as Python, R programming, Haskell, and many other tools. But today we are taking a different route. Of course, the underlying analysis and the mathematics all remains the same. It's just a choice of tools that we make in our day-to-day life, right? So we are going to see a different phase of Qlikview, where instead of just doing data visualization and reporting, we are also going to see how we can use it for our analysis. Because we are familiar with the Qlikview scripting and coding, so it becomes even more easier for us to adapt to the concept of machine learning. So without any further ado, let's see how we can use Qlikview for doing data analysis. Okay, so what are we going to do in this problem statement is we're going to the Kaggle website, and we are going to pull out the problem statement called housing price prediction, and we can see that the entire description of this problem has been given, but to summarize, we are given around 79 columns, and based on these 79 columns we have to find out what will be the sale price or the price which we'll pay in order to purchase a house. We have to predict that price. Okay, in machine learning terms this is called supervised learning, but even in machine learning, before we can apply any algorithm, we have to do lot many data pre-processing, data massaging, keep or remove many columns which are not necessary for us. We can also do some sort of statistical analysis on top of it, and we are going to do a wide variety of data. We will create some functions, we'll see what those data contains, are those of any relevance. We'll try to figure out any hidden meaning of those columns, and many such analysis can be done using Qlikview. So specifically we are going to do feature engineering, and we are also going to see how can we do some kind of statistical analysis on top of it. So it's a very interesting problem and very good problem statement for BI developers to switch their focus into data analysis and machine learning forward. So let's see how can we perform this kind of activity using Qlikview. The data set is already given in this problem statement, so we'll just download those data. It has two parts. One is called the training data and test data. I will explain during the project that what does those two data set means, but it's nothing much more than when we have some data which we will be using for our analysis and some of the data we'll be using for testing purpose, right? So let's get started and see what are the activities we are going to do with Qlikview today. Alright, so in this problem statement using Qlikview, we are going to do this couple of things. One is the data understanding. If there are any missing values or null values, we are going to handle those values. We are going to handle the outliers, that means data which doesn't make which are unusual. I should not say make sense, but I should say unusual. Then we are going to do some scatter plot for checking the dependency and correlation among the columns. We are going to do something very interesting called analysis of variance. It's basically for categorical kind of data set analysis done to see the importance of those columns. Then we are going to do feature engineering, which means identify features which are going to be relevant in order to predict the sale price, or if it is not relevant, then what can we do with that column. Then we have to identify any important columns that can be created out of those given, like in Qlikview we concatenate columns or we join the columns together to see if it comes up with a new interesting feature which was not given, but then we can produce it ourselves. We are going to plot lot many histograms and bar charts, and then we are going to also plot lot many scatter plots, line charts, etc. And many such analysis we will be doing using Qlikview today. Now the same analysis has been already done in Python, and I have put that in our YouTube channel, where there is a complete playlist explaining each and every step of the process. There are 9 videos in total. Okay, so if you're interested in seeing the Python version, then you can of course browse to this link. I'll provide this link in the description section so that you can learn the Python part as well. Alright, so let's get started with our data analysis today. Okay, So before we begin, we are going to simply download the Qlikview personal edition, which anybody can do that, and we don't need any other fancy tools in order to do this data analysis. Okay, and we don't also require you to have any prerequisite of how to use Qlikview, because we are going to cover that in our video. Alright, so please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video so far, please give a thumbs up and stay tuned for the complete analysis of the housing price prediction problem.